health alert to tell you about this morning. The number of people sick with Legionnaire's disease continues to grow in Upper Manhattan.
And health department officials have yet to pinpoint the source of the outbreak. CBS 2's Clark Fouraker is live in Washington Heights with more on the effort to warn residents. Clark?
They are warning residents because the number of confirmed cases is now at 16 here in Lower Washington Heights and Northern Hamilton Heights. Health officials say this is particularly concerning because these cases are clustered and they still don't know the source of the outbreak. Health officials believe vapor from water cooling towers is spreading the bacteria that causes Legionnaire's disease. The only problem, they don't know which one.
All the cooling towers in this area have been identified, including 2 that weren't previously known to us.
Legionnaire's is not contagious. It's often contracted by breathing in that contaminated water vapor. The disease is a pneumonia that causes flu-like symptoms, which typically appear 2 to 10 days after exposure.
It's very concerning.
It almost killed me. I was like, believe me, I was near there. You know, it's the way I've never been that sick in my life.
60-year-old Lorenzo McGugan says he reported his case of Legionnaire's to the health department back in May, but at a community meeting last week, asked city officials why his building's cooling tower was never inspected. McGugan's case is not one of the 16 health officials say is part of the cluster.
It's not a cold. It's real serious.
The city says there are between 200 and 500 cases every year, but when clustered, they become more concerned. With the source of the outbreak still a mystery, the health department's handing out flyers to educate residents.
We rely on the people of this neighborhood to look after themselves, look after their neighborhoods, and seek care early.
The health department believes there could be more cases. They say the infected patients are between 40 and 80 years old. At 50, there's a higher risk of contracting the disease. They say the disease is easily treatable with antibiotics. Health officials began mandatory tests of those air cooling towers around the city 3 years ago after 12 people died in the Bronx from a Legionnaire's outbreak. So far here, 20 cooling towers have been tested and none have been found to be the source of this cluster. Live in Washington Heights, Clark Fouraker, CBS 2 News.